But look, if we're being honest, it'd be rude not to come back for the next round of the Copa del Rey. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 5 of the Deportivo La Coruña save here on FM24. I'm Stu, thank you for joining me in today's video where we are back for it. I threatened it and I've followed through on it. We are definitely back for the game against Getafe in the Copa del Rey. And I haven't really fully decided what game we're going to be playing after that, but it will be a game probably in the middle of the month of March. And if you're excited to see how we get on in today's videos, do not forget to leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe. It is completely free to do so, and you'll make me a very happy chap. Since you were last with us, very little has happened. We've literally gone like 1 or 2 games. One game, in fact, a 3-1 win against Sabadell. And yeah, if you didn't watch the last episode, there's a spoiler on the screen for how it went. Those 2 games right there. Utter madness. So yeah, the plan is we're going to play Getafe. Whatever happens is whatever happens, and then the plan is to go around here, probably come back for something like Pamplona B or something like that. Again, that is, I forget which team they're associated with. Osasuna, that's it. They're the Osasuna B team. So we may come back for them, we may not. Who knows? We might come back for the semi-final of the Copa del Rey, which would be nuts. But let's just get into things and see how we go. So, this is the 11 that we're going to be going with. We are going to be starting with Alvarez in goal, Adot, Vasquez, Vimmer and Felipe in defence. Angel and Valares in the midfield with Joaquin, Balcarce and Ontiveros supporting Perez up front. Perez did get a hat-trick in his last game, which was delicious. Now, injury-wise, there's a few. Sevilla's currently out. He's only out for like a week. I mean, he's got 5 days left maximum. Balenciaga is out for up to 8 weeks still. Pareno has picked up an injury, as you are aware. 5 weeks potentially he's out. And also we've got Martinez out for 10 days. Once those guys are back, we'll have a proper squad to go towards the end of the season with. But already I'm really happy with what we've got. We also do have Kokoreshvili back. However, he's only just come back. Did play well in the last game though. But I'm not going to be starting him ahead of Angel. Angel will start today. But other than that, it's the usual strongest team. Let's see whether it's enough. I mean, we beat 2 very good, very good La Liga teams to get here to an unlikely quarter-final. So I'd like to think there's enough about us to get past another La Liga team. However, there's no guarantees whatsoever. Update on the league as well. I will show you the table if I can remember to after this game. Barcelona B still top. We are still literally 1 point behind them. Or 2 points behind them. I can't remember exactly how it works out. Either way, nothing's changed. They keep winning games. We keep winning games. One of the last 2 games of the season is against them. Literally, they're the second to last one. So they will be in the final episode of this season. We very might well come down to that game. That could be quite entertaining. Because that could be the difference between us and playoffs. So, us getting automatic promotion and playoffs. Crossing to Borja Mayoral and Iker Alvarez is good enough to see that one over the bar. What I didn't realise as well is Pareno, for all of my kind of criticisms of him, actually is currently in the lead for the Golden Glove in the league. He's tied with a couple of other players, but he's on top of the list, so he's actually done a solid job. So, in a way, his injury is probably a good thing to get Alvarez some football, because if I'd have seen that beforehand, I wouldn't be playing Alvarez. He'd be rotting on the bench. So, we'll see whether Alvarez can kind of live up to the reputation I think he'll have. I mean, he'll be with us next season as goalkeeper as well. He's on a 1.5 year loan, so hopefully he can prove that he is going to be as good as I think he is. What I don't like at the moment is that Getafe are really playing like a La Liga side compared to our not a La Liga side. However, we're 14 minutes in and we're still defending. I mean, forget about the fact that we'd already scored in both of the last La Liga caliber team games that we've played. Forget about that completely. I'm just happy that we haven't conceded, because I still think we're going to get battered by a La Liga team. But at the moment, it's not going that way, although they are kind of battering us in terms of chances. Match momentum as well. It is all them at the moment. Again, what I would expect from a La Liga team. In the other 2 games, well, no, I know the other 2 games are absolute outliers. It's just weird that we had it happen twice. I think this is where we end. And a quarter-final, that's a pass to absolutely nowhere. Although, I tell you what, we won it back. Balcarce doing the work there. We've done it twice. There's nothing to say we can't do it a 3rd time. There's nothing to say that whatsoever. A quarter-final is nothing to be sniffed at. And Ontiveros nearly putting us ahead. I don't know how I would cope if we went in the lead against another La Liga team. I actually don't know. how I would deal with that. We've come back into this game though. Look at the match momentum now. Goodness me, we've really come back into the game. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? That's both of our first team goalkeepers. So we've got to put on 20-year-old Brais Suarez. It's a 2-star goal. Oh. 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 Okay, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Got to make the change. It's an arm injury, so it's a hand injury to Pereno, and it's a hand injury to Pereno and an arm injury to Alvarez. Christ almighty. Well, okay, cool. He's happy. I'm glad he's happy. Only bloody one. Right, well. Had a good run. I mean, that's it now. We've got Paper Mache in goal. He might surprise me. He might do a good job. But I do feel like we're about to get battered. I do sincerely feel like we're about to get battered. Adot's having a good game, by the way. Now, I will say Joaquin and Perez need to step up their game. Perez has been on really good form recently, so I need to see something from him. And then you guys keep going. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now, changes. I'm thinking about taking Angel off and bringing on Kokoreshvili on. Just for a bit more energy in the midfield and a bit more of attacking oomph as well. I feel like that might be the decision to go with. I can't believe we got to have Suarez as goalkeeper. I hope that's not a long-term injury. I really hope that Alvarez is not out with a long-term injury. Well, wish me luck. To be fair, that's 3 games in a row. Again, well, not in a row necessarily, but the last 3 times, including this one against La Liga opposition, we've gone in at half-time and we've not been losing. We've been level at minimum, and 2 of them we've been winning. That's very impressive. Regardless of what happens in this second half, I'm still very impressed with that. Right. There we go. Yeah, that was always coming. That was always coming. We're going to fire the boys up. Suarez has been put in a really unfortunate situation here. Don't want to see that goal again. A really unfortunate situation. But our attacking ability is good enough to get something. So we just need to try and get something going. Right, Kokoreshvili goes back to Pablo. Pablo now into Valares. Valares, I can't get his words right. Oh, Ontiveros now. Oh, Ontiveros has scored! It's an own goal. Jene Dakanam has gone and put it in his own net. What is it with us and La Liga teams? We're level after conceding with a Paper Mache goalkeeper in goal. We are ahead. But I can't say to Ontiveros, I've got my words twisted up around this point. Post, in. And again, against the La Liga team, we are... What is happening? I genuinely don't know what is happening. Headed out, or not even headed out, just palmed out by the goalkeeper. Ontiveros now to Lucas Perez. Loses the ball. Ontiveros then loses the ball as well. And Matta's through, not that one. And he puts it wide. Not the Matta you're thinking of. He puts it wide. I think I can see a certain Greenwood on the pitch as well. We won't be talking much about him. Wow. What a ridiculous game of football this has been. Utterly ridiculous. I'm going to let this highlight play out and then we'll make some changes. Because we have got some players who aren't playing well. Abner's not having a good one. Joaquin, Ontiveros. Even Lucas not having a good one. Right. He who must not be named has put it nearer the corner flag, which is kind of hilarious if I'm being honest with you. Right. Substitution o'clock. What on earth do we do? Ontiveros should be on a higher rating because in the nicest possible way, although he didn't directly score the goal, it was his shot that went in. So I feel like he's a bit hard done by there. Right. I'm going to bring on Peke. And I'm going to bring on Mella. That's change 3 and 4. We've got 1 change left. I could make that change now or I could leave it for a moment. I mean, really, Felipe needs to come off. I'm thinking, do we bring Navarro on? Swap those 2 around. I'm going to do that. And let's just see whether... Oh my God. Whether we can get it to full time. And we'll see what happens, because I don't know what happens in the Copa del Rey if it gets to full time on a draw. Let's try and find out, shall we? Right, Elena. Or Elena, I don't know how to pronounce that. He whips it in either way. Headed. No one really goes on the end of it. They get it back. Rico into Borja Mayoral. And there it is. And that surely is the end of our run. It's got to be the end of our run. It's got to be the end of our run. Sorry, I can see something in my hair. It has to be at this point. Paper mache goalkeeper couldn't do much about it. Fire up. And I'm going to go attacking as well. Why not? We might as well. Let's go for it. Oh, my hair. Goodness me. I really shouldn't be paying attention to my hair as much as when I'm playing the Football Manager game. Right. I think this is game over now. I think our run in the competition has come to an end. But we've given it everything. We've given it absolutely everything. Fair play to the lads. They should have gone out well before this. They should have been beat by Villarreal and by Atletico Madrid. We battered both of them. And in the end, I think the goalkeeper injury is what's done it. Because up until that point, we were challenging them. And we did put a goal past them as well. I feel really harsh to say I'm not happy with the performance. Because actually, they're 2 leagues above us. I think that's really, really disingenuous of us to say. But apparently it's the right thing to say. Right, Alvarez is out for 3 to... Without our 2 first choice goalkeepers. How long is Brano out for? 2 to 5 weeks. A minimum of a month without either of our first choice goalkeepers. And instead, we're going to have to rely on Suarez. Who's 2-star, 3-star. That's a tough result. That's a tough thing to take, if I'm honest. At least we just got him some match sharpness, if nothing else. And then, well, I don't think we have a goalkeeper we can have on the bench. It'll have to be someone from the under 20. You know what? I don't have anyone. Oh no, actually, yeah, no, I can have Puerto. There's another 2-star goalkeeper. I've got plenty of 2-star goalkeepers, I'll tell you what. Right, well, Puerto can come on the bench. He can be our backup goalkeeper, but that's really unfortunate. Right, well, I'm going to try and get over that travesty, and then we're going to come back for the game against Osasuna's B team, Atletico Pamplona B, as it is in the game. Even though I've got a real name fix on, they're still Pamplona B for some reason. I don't know if that can't be what they're called in real life. Either way, we're going to come back for that over here. So I'm going to play this bunch of games, calm myself down, and fingers crossed in this period here we don't get bodied, because I feel bad calling him a paper mache goalkeeper, but I mean, look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. He's got strength of 6. Back in a minute. Well, I won't lie to you, that was a better run than I expected it to be after the goalkeeper issue. I will say we do now have both goalkeepers back, so all is well. But yeah, I did think it was going to go horribly, horribly wrong, especially after this game against Real Union. 2-2, again, pronunciation, let's just pretend I know what I'm talking about. 2-2, I was a bit worried with that one. But we got a bit of a break because Barcelona B lost on this match day weekend. So we actually ended up going top on goal difference. Now, from there, it's been great. 5 wins in a row, 4 clean sheets. Now, one of those clean sheets was actually Brais Suarez, our paper mache goalkeeper. We did concede in the next game, but then the last 3 games have all been with Alvarez between the sticks, and he's kept 3 consecutive clean sheets. He's looking the business, quite frankly. So we've come up to this game against Osasuna's B team quite well. Now we just have to go out and actually win the game. This is the 11 we're going to be hopefully doing that with. It is going to be Alvarez in goal, Adot, Carrillo, Wimmer and Felipe in defence, Angel and Kokorashvili in midfield, with Joaquin, Valcarce and Ontiveros supporting Perez up front. We have injury issues because, of course, we do. Jamie Shackleton, after starting to play a few games, is injured, but he's only out for 6 more days, which is good. Balenciaga is nearly fit again. He's 1 day away. He's on the bench just because. And Villares is currently out with a virus or the flu, I think. Yeah, it says there. It says the flu. So it could be better. It could be worse. Also, we're not as sharp as we could be. I don't know whether it's because we're only playing once every week. I don't know if it is that. I also have been rotating a little bit recently. So maybe it's that as well. But I am noticing that our sharpness isn't as high as I would expect it to be, but then I'm used to Premier League where it's like 2 games a week, especially when it's a Champions League team, so that's neither here nor there. Right, let's get into the game and let's see whether we can get another 3 points. Oh, and Barcelona B have also dropped points in another game as well, so at the moment, we are kind of out in front on our own, doing a wonderful, wonderful job. So, I mean, I'll show you when it comes up with the table, and we'll kind of analyse it. In fact, let me just skip ahead and let's have a quick check. Let me just pause the game. And also I need to change this over as well. Let's just do that. So league table. So as it currently stands, I don't think that's updated with the extra point for us because of the game that we're currently playing. But I do think we are currently... Did they lose or did they... They might have drawn actually. I'm trying to remember. I'm not going to go out of the game and have a look at it. But either way, they've dropped points twice. We've dropped points once. So it's worked out. Oh, that was it. So we drew, they lost, and then we've won all of our games and they've drawn another game. That was it. So we've ended up being 2 points ahead. So as it stands, all things are going well, but we still are in that region where the second to last game of the season against them is going to be a tricky one. And we do still need to keep the pressure up because they are still playing very well and still doing very well in a lot of their games. So it is still all to play for. But we are in the driver's seat, and Joaquin's in a really not very good run of form. He's having a good game here or there, but the majority of the time he's actually been quite poor. I'd like to see a good performance from him today. I'd like to see a goal from him today, just to make me feel a bit better. Lucas Perez, by the way, in the league has got over 30 goals. He's been sensational for us, and I haven't offered him a new contract for next season yet. I'm thinking about it. I know he's 35, but I genuinely am thinking maybe we get him for another season because he has been pretty sensational. I mean, I know it's in the 3rd tier, but he has been very, very good. And how good he's been in this level, I've got to imagine he can do a job in the level above. Lucas Perez, by the way, as we're talking, has scored, and Joaquin is the one who's got the assist. Good timing, lads. Very good timing indeed. I am debating it. There's a few other players as well we need to have a think about. At the moment, our committed wage spend for next season is very low. Compared to what, well, I say very low. It's lower than what we're currently spending. And we've got a higher budget next season as well. So I think we can do some good business next year. But I do need to have a real think about who we want to sign. There's a couple of players who are leaving actually that I didn't realise. But none of them are really major first teamers. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, we need to start thinking about next season. Because either we get promoted or, I mean... I'll be out of a job. Oh, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to do damage control. Just finish. Don't say anything else. We either get promoted or we might get sacked. And if we get sacked, that's kind of the end of the save, which should be a little bit awkward. So we need to really think about, that is the worst injury we could have possibly had. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Scored over 30 goals this season. Foot injury. He might be out for the season. I might be being dramatic, but he might be out for the season. Right, well now we either bring on loan in Davo, who has been covering for striker when we've needed cover, or youngster Kevin, who is 6 foot, not very quick, good finisher, poor first touch. Then we'll go with Kevin. Just hope for the best. Oh, gutted, because he's been so important for us. Right, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do. He got his goal in this game. So he's already done the work for us, but that is heart-wrenching. That is absolutely heart-wrenching, and that's happened. I really hope it's like a bruised foot or something. I hope it's not a break, because that might be him out for the season. It might be the last we see of him, depending on what we do with the contract situation. A long-term injury might finish him off as well. Again, being 35, even if he doesn't retire, he might not be the same player. So we might have a real big decision to make next year. I mean, striker's one of those positions. If you can get a striker who scores goal, we've conceded as well. Our advantage over Barcelona might be disappearing in this match because now we've got to try and score with a Kevin up front. Right, well, I'm going to go attacking because, sure, I'm going to demand more from the boys as well. Well, this one feels like a bit of a deflating one. Last episode was absolute all of the joys of spring. This episode is like the opposite. I mean, our defence aren't having a great... Well, I'll say that. The right side of our defence are not having a great game. Adot and Carrillo not really doing well. Carrillo has been decent. He's not been spectacular, but he has done a decent job for us when he's come in. So it is what it is. Ontiveros now. Out wide to Abner. Abner into Kokorishvili. Back to Ontiveros. Ontiveros gets it into Valcarce. And he had to kind of almost go across himself, almost with an overhead kick, but he has got us back in the lead. It is 2-1. What would I do without some of these boys? Ontiveros is one of those boys that I wonder what we do without him. He has been considering he's meant to not be very consistent, he's been sensational. Valcarce, I can't say much more about him either, other than he's been sensational. Scorer of goals, maker of goals. He's been superb. The pair of them have been superb. Right, Adot has been poor. Navarro can come on. I'm thinking maybe also Carrillo can come off for either Martinez or Vasquez. We'll bring on Vasquez. And for my final final 2 tricks, I'll leave the attacking 3 as they are. Kokorishvili could come off. There's no one to bring him off for. That's the problem. So maybe Vasquez goes in midfield. Kokorishvili comes off for Martinez. And then maybe we rest Ontiveros, who's been playing very, very well, but let's give him a break. And we'll bring Mella on. Do that. Feels like the right way to go about things. Right. See this highlight out, and then hopefully maybe get a third just to seal things off. I mean, avoid dropping points is what I want to do. I mean, the thing is, if we draw this game, it's not the end of the world. We're still ahead in the league on goal difference. And we know Barcelona are capable of slip-ups. They've made slip-ups recently. But then, if we draw, are we then showing that we could be capable of slip-ups? Because we've only lost the 1 league game all season. There's bound to be another one in there somewhere. Right, Joaquin looking for Kevin. Kevin loops over the goalkeeper but cannot get it in the back of the net. Good to see Kevin getting on the ball though. Right. Let's just see the game out here, boys. If we can get a third, brilliant. But if not, I just don't want to concede another. Joaquin does really well, actually. Holds out, knows the defence is going to make a mistake. Cuts back to Angel. Angel into Pablo. And Valcarce, so close, but not close enough. There's an offside there. Valcarce was the one who committed it. Unlucky from the boys there. Very unlucky, but it eats more seconds away. And we are getting close to the end of the game. 6 minutes of added time. The match momentum has been all on us. The XG has been all on us. The chances have been mostly all on us. But a final chance. It is a corner. Into Pablo, can't get there. Wimmer's going to get it on the edge of the area here, though. Into Abner. Abner into Wimmer. Back to Abner. Back to Abner. Abner now. Oh, Abner Felipe's gone and scores. It's his first goal for the club. Didn't expect him to put the ball in the back of the net there, but he has made it 3-1, and it is a little bit more comfortable for us at the end of this one. I feel like I can breathe a little bit more now. There's no time left in the game, so that is going to be one of the final actions before the full-time whistle. Oh, goodness me. Well... What a pair of games we've had. We've had injuries aplenty. We've had 2 important players as well. We've had goals. We've had clean sheets, although we haven't seen any of the clean sheets. Well, I have. You haven't. That, all things considered, will do. But what's the damage to Perez? That's the thing I'm concerned about. That is the thing I'm concerned about. We maintain our 2-point lead over Barcelona B. Right. Come on then. 3 to 4 weeks. Right, he'll be back in a month. Season will still be going at that point, but we've got to go. Basically, that's 3 to 4 games we've got to go without him, and then he's not going to be fully up to speed. Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one. So I mean, Perez will be out. Kevin will be in. I'm going to go with Kevin because, I mean, he's actually our player. He's not actually got much potential. He's playing at potential at the moment at 19. But he's got a decent finish on him. I mean, what I will do is, I think I've already got him training on his final third. I have, so we will be working on the things that we need. I'm actually thinking instead of final third, no, final third. Let's keep him on that. Let's keep him on that. Oh boy. Well, that makes life a little bit more difficult for us, but we will have him before the end of the season. A broken toe we should be able to recover from quite well, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about that. So what we're going to do now, I think, is we're going to go through to the final 2 games of the season. Because why wouldn't we? I think we've not got many games left. We've only got 3 games in April. There is an international break. So actually, by the time we get to 4 weeks, we'll be back for that last run-in. So we'll have a couple of games getting back up to speed, and we'll be ready for that final run-in of 3 games. I think it'll be fine, but it's something we don't need because those 4 games we could do with him. I mean, we'll have him probably back for Sasato, but we could do with him. But it's not as many games as I thought we'd actually miss him for, so I'll take that. I'll take that all day long, but that is going to be the plan. The next episode will be the final one of the season, then we'll move on to, hopefully, La Liga 2. Or I get sacked because we couldn't do it. One or the other. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, do not forget to leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so, and you will make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.